Alrighty, welcome back. It looks like YouTube is gonna go ahead and let me upload that last one. At least it hasn't come up with any errors so far. So let's continue where we left off, which is now we are going on from Adam to Noah. This is the written account of... Actually, do I want to... I think I need a longer break. I might need a longer break. No, let's just get to it. Drink me some coffee. And continue on. From Adam to Noah. This is the written account... Oh, and in case anyone's just popping into this video, religiously reactive. Here we are going to be reacting to religious texts as we read them. I'm starting with the Christian Bible that I was raised on. Go to segment 1 of Genesis to get the first segment. Go figure, huh? Now we're on to segment 2. From Adam to Noah. This is the written account of Adam's line. When God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. He created them male and female and blessed them. And when they were created, he called them man. When Adam had lived 130 years... So Adam did live hundreds of years, supposedly. Allegedly. When Adam had lived 130 years, he had a son in his own likeness, in his own image, and he named him Seth. After Seth was born, Adam lived 800 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Adam lived 930 years, and then he died. I wonder why that many years? Why that many? How did the aging process look for him, huh? Curious. Wonder what the significance of that is. Especially since people then, supposedly the earliest humans known, didn't live very long. But I digress. When Seth had lived 105 years, he became the father of Enosh. And after he became the father of Enosh, Seth lived 807 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Seth lived 912 years, and then he died. When Enosh had lived 90 years, he became the father of Canaan, or Kenan. And after he became the father of Canaan, Enosh lived 815 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Enosh lived 905 years, and then he died. Sorry, this angle, I don't have a great place to put my, Oh wait, I have a stand somewhere. But that probably wouldn't put a very good angle either. Whatever. It works. We're not here for the angle, we're here for the book. Altogether, Enosh lived 905 years, and then he died. When Canaan had lived 70 years, he became the father of Mahalalel. And after he became the father of Mahalalel, Canaan lived 840 years, and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Canaan lived 910 years, and then he died. When Mahalalel had lived 65 years, he became the father of Jared. Mahalalel was like, dude, my parents screwed me over with this name. I will not do that to my kid. My kid is going to be named Jared. Just Jared. I ain't giving him a middle name, just Jared. None of this Mahalalel stuff. 65 years old, he became the father of Jared. And after he became the father of Jared, maybe oh gosh, what is the word I'm thinking of? Not the point of the story, but maybe the whole thing is you shouldn't have kids until you're in your 60s and 70s, and you'll live a lot longer. Maybe that's... I'm kidding. Obviously. Times were different, right? People used to live longer, right? Altogether, Mahalalel lived 895 years. You know it. And then he died. When Jared had lived 162 years, wow, he waited some time. He was like, I like the bachelor life. I'm living it. When Jared had lived 162 years, he became the father of Enoch. And after he became the father of Enoch, Jared lived 800 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Jared lived 962 years. And then he died. When Enoch had lived 65 years, he became the father of Methuselah. And after he became the father of Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had other sons and daughters. What's that supposed to mean? The others, they just lived, and Enoch, he walked with God for 300 years? What were y'all doing? What were y'all talking about? You just walked with him for 300 years? God ain't got nothing better to do than walk with the great-great-grandson of Adam? Whatever. Altogether, Enoch had lived 65 years, then he became the father of Methuselah. And after he became the father of Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Enoch lived 365 years. Oh, Enoch walked with God, then he was no more because God took him away. So it sounds like if you aren't walking with God, you'll actually live longer. Just saying. When Methuselah had lived 187 years, he became the father of Lamech. And after he became the father of Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Methuselah lived 969 years. And then he died. When Lamech had lived 182 years, he had a son. He named him Noah, and said, "He will comfort us in the labor and painful toil of our hands, caused by the ground the Lord has cursed." Because none of the others did anything in all those thousands of years. They didn't do nothing. But Noah, he's going to comfort us in our toils. After Noah was born, Lamech lived 595 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Lamech lived 777 years. And then he died. After Noah was 500 years old, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay, now we're talking about a bachelor. Man, 500 years? Woo! Though considering that time is a construct of humanity and changes throughout culture and time, how many years? I mean, they didn't even understand that the earth is not the center of the universe. So what are they using to count years? Is 900 years even 900 years? Or is it like a regular amount of time? Just saying. Who's to know, I guess. So he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. He decided to bring back the wackadoodle names. He was like, my grandpa decided not to use weird names anymore, but I'm just going to bring that back. Jared is too boring. The flood. When men began to increase in number on the earth, and daughters were born to them, The sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Classic men's world, right? Then the Lord said, My spirit will not contend with man forever, for he is mortal. His days will be 120 years. Well, now I've got a personal goal to go 121. What do you think? Can we do it? Not the way I live. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. When the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. I would love to know the context. Whatever. And God created the first man and woman, but here they are having children by the woman of men, and they're the sons of God, but aren't they all? And we're all God's children, is what we were always told. But whatever. Continuing on with the nonsense. They were the heroes of old and men of renown. Okay. The Lord saw how great man's wickedness on the earth had become, and that every inclination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil all the time. The Lord was grieved that he had made man on the earth, and his heart was filled with pain. So the Lord said, I will wipe mankind, whom I have created, from the face of the earth, men and animals, and creatures that move along the ground, and birds of the air, for I am grieved that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Right, because God loves group punishment. It's been proven to work so well. And so much for that free choice, right? Right, free choice and stuff. And you will have ownership over all the land and the animals, but you're not really acting the way I wanted you to act when I said you had free will, so I'm just going to destroy everything and punish all the animals for your wrongdoing as well. Because that's what a kind, benevolent, all-powerful God naturally would and should do. Certainly, God needs some anger management classes. I said it in the last video, and I'll say it again. God needs some mental health consultation and anger management classes, because he's a bit of a homicidal maniac at this point. Just saying. This is the account of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked with God. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, I am going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in it, and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Make a roof for it, and finish the ark to within 18 inches of the top. Put a door in the side of the ark, and make lower, middle, and upper decks. I am going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring the ark you are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them." Noah did everything just as God commanded him. The Lord then said to Noah, "Go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. Take with you 7 of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 2 of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate. I'm reading some of the notes, trying to figure out what a clean animal and what an unclean animal is considered. And also 7 of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various kinds alive throughout the earth. Why 7? Somebody's going to be a 7th wheel in that mix. And also, may I just note that hearing this story over and over and over and over and over again as a child, they said 2 pairs. Two of everything. They never mentioned 7 of anything once. Why? It's a little misleading, don't you think? Sorry, Buggy. 7 days from now I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature I have made. And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came on the earth, and Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Pairs of clean and unclean animals, of birds, and of all creatures that move along the ground, male and female, came to Noah and entered the ark, as God had commanded Noah. And after the 7 days, the floodwaters came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the 2nd month, on that day all the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened, and rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that very day, Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, pardon me, getting a tickle. Oh, wow! Trying to find where I was. They had with them every wild animal according to its kind, all livestock according to their kinds, every creature that moves along the ground according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind. I'd love to know what the according to its kind is supposed to mean, because it's pretty pointless as it stands. Everything with wings. Pairs of all creatures that have the breath of life in them came to Noah and entered the ark. The animals going in were male and female of every living thing, as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. Might I just say that the variety of creatures that have always been known to be existed, I'd really like to understand how 2 of every kind, and in some cases 7 of every kind, were actually able to fit in the dimensions previously noted of the size of the vehicle. But I digress. And real quick, I know a lot of these things have already been speculated and studied, and people have their theories and educated guesses. But if it takes a professional who dedicates their life to doing this, if God wants us following his word, and his truth and worshiping him, then he should probably make it a little more palatable to the masses. Don't you think? Don't you think maybe that would be helpful? We can't all be experts. Some of us has to toil away in the fields to feed the experts. You know what I mean? Then the Lord shut him in. For 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth, and as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. They rose greatly on the earth, and all the high mountains under the entire heavens were covered. Air must have gotten a little thin up there, you know what I mean? The waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 20 feet. Every living thing that moved on the earth perished. Birds, livestock, wild animals, all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. Men and animals and the creatures that move along the ground and the birds of the air were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days. But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and livestock that were with him in the ark. And he sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. Now the springs of the deep and the floodgates of the heavens had been closed, and the rain had stopped falling from the sky. The water receded steadily from the earth. At the end of the 150 days the water had gone down, and on the 17th day of the 7th month the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month, and on the first day of the 10th month the top of the mountains became visible. So on the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains. But then it says the tops of the mountains became visible on the 10th month. After 40 days, Noah opened the window he had made in the ark and sent out a raven. And it kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove could find no place to set its feet because there was water over all the surface of the earth. So it returned to Noah in the ark. He reached out his hand and took the dove and brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. If the water was so high for so long, I'm pretty sure foliage would have a struggle producing and surviving, but I could be wrong. I'm not a plant person, if you know what I mean. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove out again, but this time it did not return to him. By the first day of the first month of Noah's 601st year, the water had dried up from the earth. Noah then removed the covering from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the 2nd month, the earth was completely dry. Then God said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number upon it." Why does he have to be so specific? Just say, let out all the creatures. The end. Oh lordy, you could probably hear my dogs. What are they doing? Misbehaving is what they're doing. I guarantee it. So Noah came out, together with his sons and his wife and his sons' wives, all the animals and all the creatures that move along the ground and all the birds, everything that moves on the earth came out of the ark, one kind after another. Really riveting storytelling here. Riveting. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking some of all the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings on it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of man, even though every inclination of his heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done." So he was just hangry. He was hangry. And now that Noah made him a nice meal, he's like, "Oh, I really messed up. I'm sorry I just killed everybody. I was just hungry. I'm sorry I killed everybody. I won't do it again. I mean, I will do it again. I will. I kill a lot of people later on. I turn people to salt, pillars of salt and whatnot. But I'm sorry. Lord have mercy, as the saying goes. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. And God destroyed everything because of the violence. And then he brought violence to everyone. He keeps bringing violence and cursings to the earth, and then expects man to do something different than what he's shown them to do. Good job. Great parenting. I'm going to smack you around, but if you smack someone else around, I'm going to smack you around again. Well, okay. I'm just going to try and not smack around. I don't know what else to do, because that's what you're telling us not to do while doing it, but you get what I'm saying. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. I wonder what the Ice Age was all about then. God's covenant with Noah. Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you will fall upon all the beasts of the earth and all the birds of the air, upon every creature that moves along the ground, and upon all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves will be food for you. Just as I gave you the green plants, I now give you everything." I mean, it sounds like they were already killing and eating everything. And why? The logic here is so baffling. It's so baffling. You're corrupt since childhood, and I just destroyed all of you, but now I'm going to love bomb you and just give you whatever you want because I was a bad father, is basically what I'm reading here. Things that, you know what, I won't go into that, but yeah. But you must not eat meat that has its lifeblood still in it. Everything that lives and moves will be food for you, just as I gave you the green plants. Now I give you everything. But you must not eat meat that has its lifeblood still in it. What the hell does that mean? So we're supposed to be eating carcasses. We're not supposed to be killing live things. We're supposed to be eating carcasses that we find. This doo-doo doesn't make no sense. And for your lifeblood I will surely demand an accounting. I will demand an accounting from every animal, and from each man too. I will demand an accounting for the life of his fellow man. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God has God made man. I mean, it sounds like God's for the death penalty. I mean, we know he's for the death penalty, obviously. But, so all those people who are like, we are not judge. God is judge. We can't kill criminals who've done horrible things. God just said, if they shed blood of another man, then it's our duty to shed their blood. That's what I gather. As for you, be fruitful and increase in number. Multiply on the earth and increase upon it. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, I now establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you, every living creature on earth, I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be cut off by the waters of the flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. God really loved his monologues. My goodness. Can you say more with saying nothing some more? My goodness. Whee! I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whew! Need more coffee with that. So God said to Noah, This is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on earth. Okay, you just repeated it 5 times. I think we're good. The sons of Noah. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These were the 3 sons of Noah, and from them came the people who were scattered over the earth. Noah, a man of the soil, proceeded to plant a vineyard. When he drank some of its wine, he became drunk and lay uncovered inside his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and told his 2 brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it across their shoulders. Then they walked in backward and covered their father's nakedness. Their faces were turned the other way so that they would not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son had done to him, he said, walked in and saw him naked? What? The other 2 had a warning. The other 2 knew what was up, and they could do what they did. The youngest son didn't know you were going to be in there passed out, drunk, and naked. He had no choice but to look. He's not psychic. And if he was, he probably would have seen you naked in his head already. I digress. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son had done to him, I love the accountability. He said, Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves, will he be to his brothers. He also said, Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the slave of Shem. May God extend the territory of Japheth. May Japheth live in the tents of Shem. And may Canaan be his slave. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just ridiculous. After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. Altogether, Noah lived 950 years, and then he died. The Table of Nations. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons, who themselves had sons after the flood. The Japhethites. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer: Ashkenaz, Rephath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan: Alashah, Tarshish, the Kittim, and the Rodanim. From these the maritime peoples spread out into their territories by their clans within their nations, each with its own language. Thought languages came after the Tower of Babel. I guess they didn't. The Hamites. The sons of Ham: Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush: Sabah, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabtika. The sons of Ramah: Sheba and Dedan. Cush was the father of Nimrod. What a Nimrod! Who grew to be a mighty warrior on the earth. Oh, sorry, my bad, respect. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. That is why it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. I've never heard that before, but okay. The first centers of his kingdom were Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh, in Shinar. There's a whole bunch of notes on the bottom, but I'm not going to be... The notes at the bottom are very unclear. Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria, where he built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Calah, and Rezin, which is between Nineveh and Calah. That is the great city. Okay. Mizraim was the father of the Ludites, Anamites, Lahabetes, Naphtuhites, Pathrusites, Casluhites, from whom the Philistines came from, and Caphtorites. Canaan was the father of Sidon his firstborn, and of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Archites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. Where were we? What are we talking about? Later, the Canaanite clans scattered, and the borders of Canaan reached from Sidon toward Gerar as far as Gaza, and then toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham by their clans and languages in their territories and nations. I'm getting a headache. I'm gonna need a break after this one, that's for sure. I think I'll be posting on my other channel. I have another channel called E.R.Emotional Reading. And I'm gonna start posting, starting with this book, my favorite book. It used to be El Enchanted, but now this is my favorite book series, Transcendent by Lisa Beeson. and I'll be starting reading that out loud. That channel, Emotional Reading, will be for storybooks and not reacting to them, just reading them out loud. I might need a break from Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah to some normal talk. I'll see about posting a link, but I'm new to this, so probably not. At some point I will get everything connected once I figure out what the heck I'm doing. Alright, where was I? Lordy only knows. Oh, Tower of Babel is coming up. Okay, the Canaanites clans scatter at the borders. These are the sons of Ham by their clans and languages and their territories and nations. The Semites. Sons were also born to Shem, whose older brother was Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the sons of Eber. The sons of Shem: Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram: Uz, Hul, Gether, and Meshech. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, and Shelah, and Shelah was the father of Eber. 2 sons were born to Eber. One was named Peleg, because in his time the earth was divided. His brother was named Joktan. Joktan was the father of Almodad, Shalef, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadaram, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were sons of Joktan. Go Joktan, get it on. The region where they lived stretched from Mesha towards Safar in the eastern hill country. These are the sons of Shem by their clans and languages in their territories and nations. These are the clans of Noah's sons, according to their lines of descent within their nations. From these the nations spread out over the earth after the flood. Okay. The Tower of Babel. Is this a good place to stop? We've done about... So it takes about 50 minutes, give or take, to get through 4 pages. This is gonna take forever. I hope that this gets me like famous, shall we say, popular, and I get subscribers, because apparently I could do this forever. I don't know anyone who's going to sit through all this. But again, like I said in the last video, it might be good for like when you got the one ear pod in at work and you can kind of zone out a little bit and just listen. 50 minutes at work. Not bad. I might just do it to myself while I'm at work. Listen over it, see how it goes. Is that narcissistic to listen to your own video that you filmed of your own reading? Just to see how it goes. See if it keeps me properly entertained / distracted / focused while at work. We'll see. I wish I could check if the other video has uploaded, but let's see how long this segment is. You know, I think we'll just end it right there. My vocal cords are getting a little tired. The Tower of Babel is a good place to stop, I think. thank you for coming to segment 2, Genesis, of Religiously Reactive. And hope to see you next time, whenever that may be. For however long that may be. I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to go film reading as much as I can in a reasonable amount of time of Transcendent. Oh, love this book. Love the series. So catch me on ER Emotional Reading, and if you prefer the storybook over religious reactions. Peace.